Lads, let's do the last 15 minutes. And we got it. Let's do a combined 11. I got my little sheet here. Goalkeeper, right? Mathys Tel or Vicario. Savra, I'll let you kick us off, mate. Who would you have?
Wait, before you kick us off, what are the rules? Are we saying minimum of X from each team? Are we doing any of that? Or are we just gonna like thrash it out?
Just thrash it out. Yeah, thrash it out.
Do you know what?
It's almost as simple, Savra, saying, would you rather have Mathys Tel in your team than Vicario?
Right? Yeah, I know. I don't think he. I thought Mathys Tel was excellent last year. By the way,
agreed.
I don't really rate either of them to any degree. I put it this way: I wouldn't mind if we were, in the playground where you pick a player and then the other person gets to pick. If I got left with either of these two, I don't think I would fight tooth and nail for the other one. I don't think they're bad. I just don't think they're great. Yeah, meh. 50-50. I'm going full Lubo. On this.
Still on the bench. Splinters FC. FC.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Splinters. Yeah.
All right, I'll make this one easy for you, Wolfie, if you want me. I actually rate Mathys Tel. I think he's far more consistent, in my opinion, at the different dynamics of what a goalkeeper requires than Vicario has been in the last 2 seasons. So for me, I would actually be happy to sit there genuinely, rather than just doing it for banter's sake. I'd actually think that Mathys Tel, I'd be more than happy. I don't rate Vicario.
I'm actually more with Sava. I'll tell you what, it depends what style you want to play. If you want to play out from the back, I'd go Vicario. I think both their weaknesses are on crosses, corners, etc. I think Sells is a good shot stopper and golden.
Do you think he heard me?
He heard you. He's having a go right now. How dare he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Has he messaged me asking for the link? No, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. That's fine.
I'd say Sells did win the Golden Glove last season, but I agree with Sav. I've been underwhelmed with him this season.
I think we're going to give Sells the keeper spot, personally. There you go. 1 for Forest. Right back. Pedro Porro or...
Can I make this easy for all of us?
Yeah.
Can we agree on Spence?
As a right back?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
doesn't even play right back for Spurs.
He should do, man. Do you know on Porro? Okay, I'll just quickly say this on Porro. I think he has one of the best crosses in the league. Crosses. I don't rate him as a defender. I would play him higher up the pitch. I know Kudos is there. Let's pretend Kudos is not there, but I think he'd probably make a better midfielder than a defender.
But he can't take a man on. And in a 4-2-3-1, you need a guy that takes a player on.
I agree with your fucking team, man. Just let him cross the ball in from midfield. He plays most of the time there anyway.
His crosses are one of the best in the league, in my opinion.
The pace of it, the curvature on it is absolutely on the money. But I do not rate him as a defender.
No, I agree with that as well.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I'm willing to put Jed Spence on the right back, because
Jed Spence is your best right back by a country mile. And do you know what? If you play Jed Spence there, he's actually a right wing back in my opinion. Okay, but what I would say is if you played a back three, I know we're going off on a tangent here. If you played a back three and you put Jed Spence a right wing back, and you were forced to play Jono, believe you me, Jono looks a better player because of Spence. Hold on, Sam.
You started ruining it now. You ruined it.
Hold on, Sam. My point is Jed Spence makes whoever's in front of him look better. So, okay, forget the whole Jono.
I completely disagree. He hasn't forged a single relationship with anybody in front of him in the entire time he's been at Spurs, on the right or the left. He has no chemistry.
You haven't played him long enough on the right, bro. And you haven't played him as a right wing back.
If you're going to play a right wing back system, you play Porro.
No.
Would it be fair to say, guys, Jed Spence is definitely the best defender at Spurs as a fullback. He's definitely better than the others as a fullback, a defender. But we haven't got a big enough sample size at right back. I mean, he never plays there. He only plays there like for the last 15 minutes when Porro gets subbed off. He never
Yes.
He never goes Spence Udogie, for example. He doesn't tend to do that, and neither did Ange. So
you know what's crazy, Sav? I hear that from a few Spurs fans. My brother says it as well. Jed Spence was a worse defender for Forest than an attacker because he was always too far up the pitch and get caught the wrong side of the ball. But his pace would bring him back in, and he could, recover with the defense. But because it was a wing-back formation, you'd have like Worrell would shift out to the right-hand side. The defense would move and cover him on the right-hand side. But because he was so good at going forward, like we didn't care about the defensive side because the other three would cover it off. So when Spurs fans tell me how good he is at defense, it actually annoys me because I think you could be getting so much more out of him because I still think he's better going forward. Do you know what? He's got a cracking shot on him as well. And I just don't see him taking these shots at Spurs. I would love to see him at right wing. I say I'd love to, but in the sense of I still love Jed Spence. I just think you guys aren't using him right.
I would actually I wouldn't mind seeing him get a run of games at right back, but I think the problem that we've got at the moment is we are not covered at left back at all. We've got Udogie, who I'm up and down with Udogie, but he's really injury prone. Other than that, we haven't got anyone. I've noticed this week we're being linked with like left backs all over the place. So
yeah, we are. Yeah.
I hear you. I wouldn't mind Spencer right back, but I truly think this has got to be a conversation about Williams or Porro, right? Surely.
Williams playing left back.
Williams left back.
Like I would say Einar would walk in, but obviously he's been out injured.
Yeah, he's a good. I like him. I like him.
Einar. He hasn't played a single minute, I don't think.
Look, if the Forest man is willing to put Jed Spence in there,
I am willing. I loved it.
I would do that and put Nico Williams at left back.
Nico Williams, 100%. He is so underrated. He's been our best player this season.
I don't mind him as well. He's one of those players for me. He looks like he just gets on with it. Do you know what I mean? It's not the cool sexy name.
No fuss, no muss. Yeah.
When I hear fullbacks being described, I just want a fullback that is balanced. I want a player that is not going to let you down defensively because they're so good going forward, or someone that can't offer any value going forward because they're completely consumed with their defensive responsibilities. And I just think there's a handful of players in the Premier League that are left back and right backs that are just balanced and solid, and like people like Anthony Robinson, people like Kenny Tete, people like Ryan Ait-Nouri before he emerged, people like Rico Henry at Brentford before he got injured.
Yeah.
Just good players that get forward, that can whip the ball in, that are naturally footed the side that they're on, and that can contribute, but that know the art of defending. And I don't think Tottenham have got anyone that can do that, really. I think. Do you
know who I actually think you've just summed up there? And everyone, this isn't helping my Aston Villa being an Aston Villa fan.
Yeah, Matty Cash.
I actually think Matty Cash
and Luca Digne, by the way. Luca Digne.
I know Spurs fans hate Matty Cash for what he done, but when I watch Cash and Digne, they do exactly what you said. First and foremost, they defend, but they both get up and down the pitch, and that's why I think Villa are really well balanced at the back there. They've got two defenders that you don't really hear making a lot of mistakes. They don't, again, not the second, like Torres and Consa, not the sexiest names, but they just all get on with their job.
All top fullbacks have that sort of thing. Apart from if you're playing for a top four team or top, a championship team where you're going to have 70% possession, Trent Alexander-Arnold, right? Dog shit at defending, but it didn't matter too much because they weren't often out of possession. But like Livramento at Newcastle, right? Like unbelievable getting forward, but can get back and do his job.
Same with Lewis Hall, to be honest. Same with Lewis Hall.
Dan Bird.
Matty Cash, fun fact for you, he wasn't a right back because he came through us, didn't he? He was a winger. We converted him into a right back. And for me, I think he is right back of the season so far right now at Villa. And the Villa fans wanted him out in the summer because they wanted to improve on him. He's a Polish international with a name like Matty Cash. I mean, it's like his grandmother's
good-looking boy. He's a good-looking lad, isn't he? He's like, now that Grealish is gone,
the girls loved him.
I'm taking the mantle as the best-looking bloke at Villa.
Yeah, the girls loved him.
You are?
No, not me. We're with meth face.
That little admission that he's the Villa fan then. Did we get a little
Villa shirt on, Sean? Just get your Villa shirt out. Just put it on.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the centre backs. This is an interesting one for me. Oh, why can't I see it? Here we go. And it's the stage again. I guess we have to have the horses for courses argument here. But then we got 4 decent centre backs to choose from: Murillo, Milenkovic, Romero, or Micky van der Ven. Can we all agree? Also, actually, Murillo plays left side, doesn't he, Wolfie?
He does. I was gonna throw a suggestion out there, lads. I know it's unorthodox. I know they both play in the same position. But should we go Murillo and Van der Ven? That's a techie centre back pairing who can defend, who can take the ball up the pitch. I want to play attacking football. I don't know about you two, but like, I like it.
I think Van der Ven has to
get in there. I genuinely think that for years at Spurs, everyone's talked about Romero being the main man. I don't think he is. I think Van der Ven has taken that mantle now. Yeah. He's the one we miss when he doesn't play. When Romero doesn't play, we miss the passing from the back. But I don't know. I think Van der Ven's our main guy.
I agree.
However, the question's got to be here, right? Is Murillo better than Romero? That's got to be your question here, right?
The answer is yes.
Well, they're different defenders, aren't they? Romero's very much ball playing, bring it out, superb passing. Murillo, for me, though, is a unit. Like he just defends. And I don't. Maybe I might be wrong here, Wolfie.
I disagree.
Every week.
There's no better passing centre back in the Premier League than Christian Romero. Prove me wrong.
Murillo.
Yeah, I'd see. I'm not sure I'd pick Murillo over Murillo.
All right. Do you not want to play a back three?
We're trying to shoehorn, are we?
I can't not have Murillo. I said to you, Sean, earlier, if Murillo plays, Forest win. If Murillo doesn't play, Forest will lose on Sunday.
I mean,
I think Romero over Murillo.
I rate Murillo as a fucking phenomenal centre back. I think he's brilliant.
I agree. I rate Milenkovic as well.
Same.
I think this is the difficult thing, right? Murillo and Milenkovic last season were absolutely superb, right? They were absolutely brilliant as a pairing. Not been as good this season, but you would expect that when you've had 3 managers in your first 15 Premier League games. So,
do you know why?
I think Romero's better though.
Shall we agree to this? I think we could both make the argument that Micky van der Ven and Murillo are both 2 of the best left-sided, left-footed centre-backs in the Premier League. And we could both make the argument that Milenkovic and Romero are very capable, very, very good centre-backs. So it's a very fine line. I wouldn't hate it if Tottenham set up with Murillo and Milenkovic. I'm sure Wolfie wouldn't hate it if his centre-back pairing was Romero and Van der Ven. Is that fair? Like, so on that basis, we pick one of each.
I would say Romero is better than Milenkovic on the right-hand side. But I think Murillo is better than Romero. Because
would you like some information, right? This season, right? Murillo is much better than with the data, depending on how much you want to read into it. For defensive duels, possession 1, and progressive passes, Murillo is better. For aerial, ball carrying, and passes, Romero is better. So I don't know if you put them both into data MB, Sean. I don't know if you could bring it up. They're very similar in terms of their data for this season, to be honest. Very similar.
I'm not surprised by that. What I will add on top of that, Sav, is one of the reasons we've been so shit defensively this season is because Murillo's picked up to a groin injury and a hamstring injury. Yeah. Under the whole Ange period, he got in. I don't know if you saw the first game against Arsenal. He got injured after 20 minutes and we didn't see him again. He then came back when Sean Dyche was appointed, and the games he was in there, we won. He's one of the reasons we won some of them. So I don't think Murillo will be at Forest in the summer, and I think he could go to like a Real Madrid. I think he's that good. They're sniffing around him anyway.
Sean, I'm not sure if you can share my screen. I just think it's interesting.
I'm not disappointed with any of the 4 combo. Do you get what I'm saying? I think there's a case for each of the 4 centre backs.
I bet you if you had asked most Spurs fan though about aggressive passing, they probably would have thought that. I mean, I naturally thought Romero would have had that. I don't think. Look, when you look at this, there's not a lot in it, is there? There's not. There's not a lot in it.
That's a That's a left back versus a right back, right? If you look at Murillo versus Van der Ven, which is shown here, then they're completely chalk and cheese. Right? Completely chalk and cheese.
Wow.
And Murillo smashes him.
Is that the perfect? Wow, look at his defensive stats.
I think Murillo goes in. Should we put Murillo and Romero in then? Is that fair? I've only got about 10 minutes, guys, before we got to jump.
Right. I would go this if we're going this season. I would go with VDV and Romero, but I like the two. I've always liked Milenkovic. I think that was an absolute steal when Forest got Milenkovic, and I think that Murillo's a good player. But right now, listen. Whatever you guys do, it doesn't really matter. We're not picking the team for Saturday, for Sunday. But I mean, but
I'll tell you what we'll do. Just based on those stats, right? Just to we'll give one apiece, right? We'll give one apiece. It doesn't really matter, but we'll say that the centre backs. It's a tight decision. But we'll go with those two then.
You're going to piss your comments off about Van der Ven. I love it. Let's do it.
It is what it is.
I love it.
But listen, Murillo's stats there, absolutely unbelievably like they're entirely different. They're both amazing centre backs, but clearly entirely different competencies. Let's move on to the forward line. Oh, sorry, the midfield too. I think we can all agree that a certain Anderson gets in for 100%.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, class.
Alongside him,
this boy is special. He's a really good.
Special.
He will not be at Nottingham Forest for long. You know that, Wolfie, right?
Well, define long.
He will be
Christmas Day.
He's gone after
Christmas Day. You know, get up early, stay up late because it's only comes around for a little bit. You know, enjoy it.
Look, alongside him, if Douglas Luiz had played all season, I'd say Douglas Luiz. But I think we need for balance like a Paulinho. Actually,
Paulinho is the only Spurs midfielder I would entertain being in a midfield of
Berghvall.
Good gosh.
It's weird though, Walker. I'll tell you what, mate. The amount that there's like a faction of the Tottenham fan base on Twitter that cannot stand Paulinho. They hate him. When there was that picture of the players that all had when Kudus scored the other day, and they all went and got their stools, their like the plastic stools to sit on, the ball boy stools. There was Odebear, Mathys Tel, I think it was Paulinho, Kudus, and Xavi. I think there or someone else. Romero or Richalison, sorry, that was all sitting there, and people were saying, "Can you please Can someone please edit Paulinho out of this picture?"
Wow. Really?
Yeah. And then some people were like, "Is that a racial connotation? Like, are you saying like get the white boy out?" But like, no, it's just because we hate fucking Paulinho. You know,
really? I think Paulinho is a fantastic breaker up of play. I don't rate him on the ball, but I just think you need a Paulinho in your team. Do you know what I'm saying? He just breaks it up. If he could flip the play around quicker, it'd be even better. But he's getting on.
The argument I always make is when you've got a player like Romero and Pedro Porro onto your right-hand side that are all far more capable than the average midfielder in the Tottenham team at passing, you can still suffer his inability on the ball because he can just hand it over to someone that's better at doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
But do you know what? The thing is, Paulinho is also a victim of Spurs not having a proper number 8. If Paulinho played alongside Elliot Anderson or a Wharton, no one would be talking about Paulinho because they just let him win it, give it 5 yards to Wharton or whoever, and go and play. So,
and that's what you want from your DM. That's what you want from your DM. Yeah.
In the 10, tricky one: Morgan Gibbs-White or Xavi, based on this season. Or based on talent, based on history? What are we doing here?
Well, James Maddison would get it if he was fit. I'll just put my 2 cents.
He's not. Yeah, he's not fit, so we're not going to.
See, I don't know what Wolfie thinks. Right? I can't believe we're about to have another Morgan Gibbs-White conversation, Wolfie. But I know you're not his biggest fan. When Spurs were in for Morgan Gibbs-White, I always thought that Frank wanted him to be more of the eight. and the
yeah.
and the ball carrying 8 rather than an out and out 10. Would that be fair, or have you guys been playing him in the 10?
We've been playing in the 10, but I agree with you. He has all the attributes of an 8. He's not a 10 for me.
I think he's an 8.
In that particular midfield 3, you need to have someone that's a bit more.
I would go with Xavi, personally.
Yeah,
I do want to piss off your chat and put Gibbs White, but I know we're short on time.
No, I'm not hearing a different answer. It's Xavi all day long. He's an absolute baller. He's just about to come to his, like, if we were going to get stuck on it, I would allow us to get stuck on it, but I would ultimately end up with that guy's face in that position because I'm the guy who's
like attracted to him. Is that what you're telling us?
He's a gorgeous man. Gorgeous man, even with those braids. Listen, right wing.
Kudos.
Is it an easy one? Kudos. Better than Ndoye,
yeah? Fucking Saba's better than Ndoye, bro.
Left wing. I personally rate all of your left wingers. I think Amari Hutchinson is a baller. I think he's going to be a baller. I think Amari.
Can we put Odebear in just to piss off Saba?
I was going to say it can't be a single Spurs left winger.
Will he rage quit if we put Odebear in there?
No, I think. Who are your left wingers? You've got Udogie and
Hudson and Ndoye. Amari Hutchinson can play there. My vote would go Amari Hutchinson.
Yeah,
Hudson and Ndoye for me is going on a bit of reputation at the moment, but I'd go Amari Hutchinson.
Same.
Yeah, I think Hutchinson's an exciting player. I haven't seen a lot of him this year, if I'm brutally honest.
Because they haven't fucking used him.
It definitely can't be a Spurs left winger, that's for sure. We are weak there. We are really weak.
And now we have a massive issue, boys. We need some shitty striker to go up front, and we're all both struggling with this.
It's this guy, isn't it? It's clearly this guy.
I love Igor Jesus.
Clearly,
I actually think he would be a baller at 10, but yeah. You know what? That's not a bad team, you know.
It's a fantastic team.
Does that team avoid relegation?
I still think that both of us could improve on our fullback situations, but as a
I need Einar back. If you were to put Einar in there,
it's fantastic for me. I think the spine's fantastic.
Wait, who wins here? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players. I'll take that.
Wait, what?
7-4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, maybe I have to change that then.
By the way, I'm counting Spence still as a Forest player, even though he's technically on loan.
I think
you know what, boys? Joking aside,
that's a concern, though, isn't it? That's a concern that I was sort of more than happy to let Forest have 7 players in our combined 11. That's a problem. That is a problem in our team.
I think it just highlights where we're weak.
It highlights your squad for me.
We're weak up front. We're weak on the left. We're weak in midfield, and I think we're weak at fullback. So. That's why whenever every single show I watch, I see people going, "Oh, we should just rock up and batter Forest 4-0." I'm like, "Oh, I think you're really overrating our players." But
and also it shows me why I am right to be as pissed off as I am about my team this season, because our squad is good.
Yeah, but you guys have had 3 managers in the space of 15 Premier League games. I mean, you've got how do you get any?
I'd love it to be 4, bro. I'd love it to be 4.
How many league games did did Nuno manage?
3.
Just league.
3.
And then Ange?
6.
4, I would guess.
Yeah.
I mean, this is it's mad, right? You just can't. You need some stability.
And had loads of games, but there was loads of League Cup matches, Europa League matches. Do you know what I mean? It kind of piled up.
Yeah.
I think he ended up.
Aren't there similarities, right? Like bullshit, boring Nuno to gung ho, crazy, batshit crazy Ange, back to bullshit, boring. The pendulum of the management swings, just like Tottenham, right?
Just like that. Do you know what, boys? Again, banter aside, there are so many similarities between our 2 clubs. You lot get called Spursy, I call us Foresty. Look what we did at the end of the last season. You lot go from attack to defense, man. We've just done the same thing. You lot lose against teams where you think you're gonna win. We do the same thing. It's just crazy. Forest has 1 R, by the way, Matt.
Yeah.
Don't know
sorry, what did you say? What did you say to Matt?
Forest has 1 R in it, Matt. I'm just saying. I don't know why people. By the way, he's not alone. Loads of people spell Forest with 2 R's. I do worry about the educational system in England, and that Forest gets spelled with 2 R's.
Yeah. Guys, final words before we run up, mate. Wolfie, absolute brilliant debut, man. Thank you so much for coming on. Final score prediction? Well, you said 0-0, didn't you, or 1-1 or something? You said, right?
I'm gonna go 1-0 Forest, but I think it'll be 0-0. It's gonna be a dead game. Do not operate heavy machinery while watching this match.
Sava, what are you saying?
You're mute.
You're on mute.
Schoolboy error. I think it's going to be a draw, or Spurs will nick it by the odd goal. I do not think this is going to be a big win for either side. I don't think this is. I don't think either team are good enough to wipe the floor with anyone, if I'm honest.
Not one for the ages then, Sava.
I don't think this. Listen, who knows? Sunday we could be sitting there going, "Oh my god, a 4-3 classic." But you guys, one week you're beating Liverpool 3-0, the next week you're losing to Everton 3-0. One week we're playing against Chelsea and Arsenal, looking like we've never played football before, and then we should be beating Brentford and Prague about 6 or 7-0. So I genuinely think this is going to be a tough game. I do. I think you are very strong in midfield, and that worries me.
Don't worry, Sean Dyche bypasses it with long balls. Someone worry about that.
Right, well, we're going
and we spend half of our time playing through the midfield when we shouldn't. So it's
going to be like watching Wimbledon, isn't it? Ball. All
right, so I'm going to go for. I said on Spurs 5 last night. I'm going to go for a score draw as well, 1-1, 2-2, whatever. But Wolfie, massive thank you to you, mate. I'll be popping on your show later on this evening around 7:30, whatever. Sava, big up to you, my man. Thanks for popping on. Guys in the chat, big up to you. I've got a couple of super chats. I didn't even get a chance to do